Hey Narwhals, and welcome back to some more weight loss stories. Only a small percentage of our viewers actually subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind later, so please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. Honestly, the worst thing about weight loss is that it is just so damn boring. I mean, you want it to be exciting. You jump up like it is your birthday, weigh yourself, plan out your meals, eat a little something, and record your weight. Yeah, and that's pretty much it for 24 hours. I don't even know how many times I've grabbed the same weight loss, looking at patterns and being all excited because of another quarter pound. But it is like waiting for excitement for Christmas to come, except it is March and Christmas doesn't come until December. I'm old enough that I know better than to wish time away, but when you were on Seco and you were eating at a deficit, and you know at the end of the rainbow you move back up towards maintenance, you kind of wouldn't mind getting there. Even the setbacks are boring. It's like watching paint dry, or more like watching dried paint get old and flake off one little piece at a time, bit by bit, slowly over time. It is so boring. It leans back and stares at the ceiling. Yet, it is the consistency, the day-to-day grind that does the job. It ain't rocket science. It is just doing the same boring thing every single day. I relate. That's why I look at the subreddit so often to get some secondhand excitement. The boredom is real, especially when the scale hasn't budged for several days and I just have to keep being consistent, even though I see the same numbers every morning. At least I'm not gaining, I guess. Yes, being super involved here, reading stories, cheering people on, giving some advice, that gave me so much motivation to keep my own journey going. Also, I love saying goodbye to a weight range forever, CO 160s, buy 150s, good riddance 140s, etc. And I looked at my weight loss chart every day to remind myself of what I've accomplished, even though it was so hard some days. It was one of the most difficult, long things I've ever had to do, and every day that pride helps me make good decisions for my health and weight. I feel you. Whenever someone says, you look great, you must have worked so hard, all I think is, nope, just waited while not eating. LOL, that is so funny. I feel that. Someone said something similar to me one time, and I just said, no, I've just decided to do what you've always done. There is a difference in effort though. It takes tremendous effort to break lifelong habits, especially when the gratification is so gradual. I was listening to a podcast and the host pointed out how much mental energy we spend focusing on wanting to lose weight and how we're in the habit of coming back to that topic. But the point of losing weight is to have time and energy to do something else. It really opened my eyes to how I was going to have to actively decide to focus on other things. That perspective change has really helped me to make this feel like a lifestyle change and normal, and it helped me not obsess. I agree, and I would say you were lucky you can look at it that way. Most people get obsessive about it and end up stressing themselves out or trying to rush the process by doing extreme calorie deficits. If you are not in a hurry to lose the weight, then just move your deficit closer to your maintenance. Assuming you are not planning on yo-yoing your weight, you can just eat at like a 200 calorie deficit and get to your goal weight eventually. Then it wouldn't feel like much of a diet, but the lifestyle you need to adopt to maintain your goal weight, if that makes sense. Distract with books and video games. That's my unhealthy winter solution. The summer solution is kind of the same, just hiking and working on my cars. The rest is habit and removing temptation. Also, at night, drink some water and go to bed earlier. When you wake up, you can eat. I found that streamlining the process as much as possible helped. It is boring, so make it just a very few minutes of boring. Fill the rest of your day with as many interesting non-food things as possible. And this is the way. Just swap your entertainment from food to other, whatever your hobbies are. Might be a good time to take up a new one. Oh yes, losing weight is monotonous. If it was exciting, perhaps more people would do it. I'm one of those people who gets really excited as soon as I lose my first pound, but then I have to lose around 80. So yes, that can get discouraging and boring. This time, I'm just doing it with way less hype. I'm still logging my food and weighing myself and hanging out in the subreddit a lot, but I do have a lot of other interests too to pass the time until I can see some major changes. I used to want to rush my weight loss. I started seeing a PT who told me after one frustrating month of minimal weight loss, you didn't gain the weight in 3 months, so you can't expect to lose it in 3 months. I'd been seeing him for 5 months at that point. This really helped put into perspective for me that rushing it was only making me feel defeated and like I wasn't accomplishing anything, that losing the weight I gained will take time and I have to be consistent and patient. Is it boring? Absolutely, but I use that as my mantra when I'm feeling frustrated or want to give up. I broke up my goals and achievements into something other than focusing on my goal weight. I also had to remind myself that while I was losing the fat, I was also gaining muscle, so my fat loss may be more than what the scales say, because I could have gained muscles during that time. I am not an athlete, actor, or model with a team of people, or have the time to dedicate to achieve the bodies that they have. My weight gain happened over a 4-year period. I need to accept that losing it will take time, and no tricks or special diet will make me lose it faster. Make my milestone something other than just kilograms lost. How far can I jog without being out of breath? Lift/squat heavier weights over time? Have to go out and buy a new belt or pants? I honestly think that boredom is the main issue in America causing weight issues. How do you fill your time? What makes life exciting besides food? It's honestly so true. They even light up the candy aisle in stores now so you're extra tempted to bring home treats. So easy to not give a second thought to grabbing junk, yet we spend so much time rationalizing not cooking the veggies we already bought in the house. I've cooked almost 3 meals a day for the last 75 days, and I feel great. There's so many ways to get small victories. I totally agree, and the boredom is usually what kills my drive. I've done something different this time around and have decided to challenge my body alongside my weight loss and took up martial arts. I feel like I have something to work towards now, other than a number on the scale. I've also started flexibility training too, and noticed a drastic improvement on my hamstring stretches in just a few weeks. I plan on adding C25K shortly when the weather breaks as well. These things are keeping boredom away. Another way to look at it is that it is something that you don't need to pay attention to as long as you're on the correct path, calories deficit and exercise, and you can focus on other things. But I get the sentiment. It's like brushing your teeth. I like to say that getting rid of fat is the polar opposite of gaining it in every way. Putting it on is fun, easy, delicious, exciting, and socially acceptable. Getting rid of it is boring, difficult, bland, monotonous, and solitary. Overgeneralizations, of course, but not wrong. I've been in that spot many times, and this time I'm focusing a lot more on the get fitter part and just doing the CECO and thus not eating as I would if I didn't care as an aside. LOL, I'm with you. You know what's not boring though? Being skinny, and going shopping for clothes and looking banging in them. Liking what you see in the mirror and in photos. Being treated nicely because you look great. Being able to enjoy being active because you're not juggling all over the place. I'm trying to remind myself to do more self-care stuff rather than pig out on food. I keep having to tell myself I could spend this money on DoorDash in a minute and have done it before. All of a sudden, a $5 face mask or $30 pedicure seems a lot less ridiculous. Instead of buying fast food, I've been getting myself flowers, $8 a bouquet where I live, hot stone pedicures and manicures every 2 weeks, getting my hair done regularly, etc. It's crazy how much food costs when you're overeating. I spent upwards of $500 a month on a combo of takeout and groceries before. Now I spend maybe $30 to $50 a week and eat tasty cooked meals with 1 or 2 meals out a week. That extra money, I save all of it and still have some for self-care like nails, hair, etc. Yeah, you definitely need to find a productive way to keep yourself busy. Like many here, I've had my battles, but finding ways to fill the time got the ball moving for me. I'm closing in on my goals and progress post, but the element that finally got me over that hump to make continued success is very similar to your post. I had to accept that my weight was a result of my lifestyle. I was big because I didn't do much, or if I did, it was a brief spurt to check a box that I did something productive, then the rest of the day was a sedentary mess. I finally saw progress when the goals wasn't a number on the scale, but to make a better me. The byproduct of that goal happened to be a trimmer and better shape me. And that brings us to the end, Narwhals. Please tap subscribe to join the original 200k Narwhals. And lastly, here's our featured Narwhal of the Day. 1 year ago today, didn't know it was going to be my before picture when I took it. Left side, start, 213 pounds. Right side, current, 153. Goal, 140 to 145. Height, 5'9".